When people get to know you, they will judge you by more than just your appearance. It's essential that your outer appearance reflects the quality of your inner self. There's a saying that goes, God looks at the inside, but people look at the outside, so it's crucial to care for both. While the inside matters to God, the outside matters to people. Remember, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, so how you look is as important as your inner vitality and energy. Some might say people shouldn't judge you by your appearance, but the reality is they do. So, take care of both. For those who struggle with being late, know that being on time is crucial in the marketplace. Being punctual is acceptable to everyone, and being late can cost you opportunities. Your mind needs nourishment just like your body does. Feed it with good thoughts and knowledge, think of it as food for the brain. You wouldn't skip breakfast for your body, so don't skip feeding your mind. Listen to motivational tapes or audio books during your commute. Guard what you allow into your mind, being your own best filter. What you take in shapes your thoughts and your future. Just like the pantry in a home reveals the health of a family, what you feed your mind reveals your mental health. Be selective with what you consume mentally, just as you are with your food. A good mental diet is key to a healthy and successful life. Here's what's crucial: a proper mental menu to ensure your mind gets a wide range of nourishment. The mind needs comprehensive education to build the foundation for a good, productive, and fulfilled life. We need this mental input, though an intense session for a couple of days can be overwhelming. You couldn't sustain such a pace every week, but a concentrated effort for a few days can be incredibly valuable. By the end of tomorrow, you might feel mentally exhausted from taking notes and processing all the information. It's a lot to take in during a short period, but it's worth it. You'll leave with your mental wagon loaded with ideas and knowledge to take home. You'll have plenty to ponder, try out, and implement later. This mental food will sustain you long after the seminar ends and the lights go out. It's essential to continually feed your mind through debates, exercises, and a steady diet of learning. You can't afford long gaps between classes, seminars, sermons, and other valuable learning opportunities. Make it a point to attend everything you can afford. Have a weekly and monthly plan to participate in a variety of learning events. Don't miss out on any chance to learn. Even if you've attended a training session before, go again. You can't absorb everything the first time. Remember, the early Christians were taught not to neglect the assembly. Regularly participating in learning opportunities ensures you keep growing and improving. We have a brand new idea that's really taking off. It's being challenged and tested, and we need the strength and exchange of ideas from one another to help it grow. Just like the early Christians were taught not to neglect their assemblies, this movement has thrived for 2,000 years because they understood the importance of coming together. Whatever industry or company you're in, make sure you attend every meeting and training session. You never know which one will be life-changing. It might be the people you meet or the things you learn that make a profound impact on you. Every time there's a meeting, go. Every time there's a training class, go. Keep going, because any one of these experiences could be the one that changes your life forever. The pursuit of knowledge and ideas is essential for reaching your full potential. We've covered the physical, spiritual, and mental aspects of personal development, so let's keep going. When I started planning this program, I looked up the word character in the dictionary. Learning its origin had a profound impact on me, and I hope it will on you too. Before I share that, I want to clarify the difference between character and charisma, two words that are often confused. Charisma is often mistaken for character, but they are quite different. Charisma is more about personal charm and appeal. Character, on the other hand, is about your moral and ethical qualities. Understanding this difference is crucial for personal growth and development. Charisma comes from a Greek word meaning the ability to elicit favor from others. It's a magnetic quality that people respond to almost as if it were magic, giving a person power over others. However, character has a different origin. The word character comes from the Greek word for chisel, or the mark left by a chisel. Let me repeat that because it's crucial. Character comes from the Greek word for chisel. A chisel is a sharp tool used to carve a sculpture from hard materials like granite or marble. It strips away excess to reveal the essential form underneath. Similarly, you must carve your character from the raw material of yourself, just like a sculptor creates a statue. Every experience, whether good or bad, is an opportunity to build your character. Character and charisma are distinct in both definition and origin. Character doesn't depend on other people or their opinions. It's about who you are and what you stand for, regardless of whether anyone else is around. For example, if you were stranded on a deserted island, your character would still matter. Charisma, on the other hand, needs an audience to have any effect. Character is the result of continuous self-improvement, chiseling away the unnecessary to reveal your true self. While charisma involves gaining influence over others, character is purely about personal integrity and inner strength. In real-world scenarios, particularly in leadership, these differences are significant. A leader with charisma might easily attract followers, but a leader with character will earn lasting respect and trust. Charisma can create temporary influence, but character builds enduring relationships and a solid reputation. Here are 4 situations that highlight the differences between charisma and character. First, a highly charismatic person can make people believe in unrealistic scenarios, whether it's promising pie in the sky or predicting doom and gloom. This can energize and inspire people, or it can frighten and demotivate them until reality proves these scenarios false and the charisma fades. In contrast, a person of character doesn't need to play the role of a Pied Piper. They find the true source of inspiration and energy within themselves. Second, a charismatic person can inspire intense loyalty, sometimes to the point of dependency. This can become problematic when the leader is no longer present, much like a charismatic coach whose departure leaves the team feeling abandoned and unable to achieve past successes. Charismatic leaders often resist delegating authority, but a leader with character understands the importance of not making themselves indispensable. Third, charismatic leaders must continuously create excitement and show their magical presence, or people might lose interest. Historical figures like Churchill, Montgomery, and Patton were highly charismatic, but what was really needed were leaders with toughness, stamina, and the ability to manage people effectively. Before the Normandy invasion in 1944, Eisenhower demonstrated this by meeting with officers and using a simple piece of string. He laid the string on a table and pulled it a few inches with his finger, illustrating how leadership by example and guidance works better than pushing from behind. These examples show that while charisma can create temporary influence and excitement, character builds lasting trust and respect. A leader with character focuses on inner strength, consistent values, and the development of others, ensuring enduring success beyond their immediate presence. Eisenhower compared an army to a piece of string, saying that if you try to push it from behind, it just tangles and doubles back. Soldiers need to be led from the front, not pushed from behind. Eisenhower may not have been flashy, but he communicated effectively and had true character. One of the biggest pitfalls for a charismatic leader comes from their ability to inspire love and devotion. This can create a reluctance in others to voice disagreements, leading to isolation. People can become isolated because subordinates fear them, but the same can happen due to misplaced affection. People of character are usually well loved by those around them, but they prioritize truth above all, even when it's uncomfortable. Character is what remains when charisma fades. Building character is like an artist creating a sculpture. Character doesn't just happen by itself, any more than a chisel can create art without an artist. Both involve a conscious decision and a deliberate process. Character results from countless choices that shape who you are into who you want to be. Without this intentional decision-making, you'll still have a personality, but that's different from having character. You build character by cultivating qualities within yourself, just as you would plant and nurture a seed or gather wood to build a fire. It's a continuous process that requires effort and dedication. You've got to search deep within your heart and gut, chiseling away to uncover your true self, just like sculpting a rock to reveal the statue that exists only in your imagination. The remarkable thing about character is that if you're genuinely committed to becoming the person you aspire to be, you'll not only develop those qualities, but also strengthen and multiply them, even as you use them daily. Now, let's continue. We need both ideas and inspiration. Make a note, we need ideas for setting goals and making plans for the future. Tomorrow, we'll have a workshop focused on setting goals for the next 10 years and creating plans to achieve those goals. But we also need inspiration and emotional vitality. Without inspiration, ideas won't get far. They might help you get by, but that's not why you're here. You've invested your time and money not just to get by, but to flourish. Human beings have two main objectives: survival and success. First, we must learn to survive. Once we've mastered survival, we can aim for success, which goes beyond merely getting by. Many people settle into survival mode, having just enough to meet their basic needs. They don't tap into their full potential because they're getting by, are feeding their kids, keeping a roof over their heads, and having food to eat. But to flourish, not just survive, is the goal we all share here. We're here to find more ideas on how to flourish. The idea part is straightforward and fundamental. We'll discuss time management, leadership, good health, and many other ideas. These concepts are relatively easy to present, but they require inspiration to truly make a difference. Here's something a bit more challenging: inspiration. Why is one person inspired and another isn't? This falls into what I call the mysteries of the mind, a concept you'll encounter throughout your life. Many mysteries remain unsolved, and it's better to be curious rather than dismayed by them. Ask yourself, why is it this way, and accept that you may not always have an answer. Think of it like this: if you had your own planet, you could set it up however you wanted. But on this planet, we need to figure out how things work and adapt accordingly. We didn't create the rules, we just live by them. The origins of life and our ultimate destination are mysteries that are difficult to fathom. One writer described it as looking through a dark glass. We think we understand, but it's always a bit hazy. Throughout our lives, we strive to see more clearly, but some things will always remain mysterious. Take a seminar like this one, for example. One person might leave feeling motivated to change their life, while another might think they've heard it all before. Why do people react so differently to the same experience? It's a mystery. Accepting that you can't make everyone feel the same way is crucial. Be curious and let the mysteries be what they are. Here's an interesting story. On the day the Christian church was founded, a magnificent sermon was preached. If you read the account of that sermon, you'll notice how it managed to inspire so many people. But the response varied, just as it does today. The point is, inspiration is elusive and unpredictable. Focus on what you can control: your curiosity, your willingness to learn, and your drive to improve. Accept that some things will always remain mysteries, and let that be a source of wonder rather than frustration. It was a remarkable sermon on a significant occasion, and a multitude of people heard it. The reactions to the sermon were incredibly varied. Some people were perplexed, which struck me as odd because the message seemed quite clear. But the truth is, they are simply the perplexed. Trying to understand their confusion will only drive you crazy. So, learn to leave the perplexed as they are. Some listeners laughed and mocked the speaker. This seemed strange to me since the speaker appeared quite sincere. But again, they are the laughers and mockers, and there's nothing you can do to change that. You can't fix it, and you can't alter it. Let it be a mystery and stay curious instead of frustrated. There were also those who simply didn't know what was going on. These individuals are easy to identify because they're usually the ones asking, "What's happening?" Expecting them to understand won't change anything, just like expecting the sun to rise in the west won't make it happen. Let these mysteries remain as they are. Among the varied reactions, there were those who believed. These believers are who the speaker was aiming to reach. In any crowd, you'll find this mix of reactions, and you have to accept it. Don't let it dismay you. The key takeaway is to embrace the mysteries and stay curious. Understand that people's reactions will vary, and that's perfectly okay. Focus on those who are receptive and let the rest be. The only real solution to understanding and controlling every reaction is to have your own planet. Otherwise, you have to accept that you can't straighten everything out. I used to think I could make everyone successful, no matter the cost, but it almost wore me out. Some people will believe, and those are the ones you focus on. During that monumental sermon, out of the multitude, around 3,000 people believed. That's a pretty good start. So, remember, you can have a good day despite the mysteries and varied reactions of people. Whether you're dealing with different communities, schools, or groups, the mix of human behavior and response will always be there. Even with all these variables, you can still achieve something remarkable. Imagine having 3,000 people respond positively on your first day. That's impressive. So, let the mysteries remain and focus on finding inspiration. Hopefully, I've caught you at the right moment to inspire you to listen, take notes, and give new ideas a try. After the seminar, I encourage you to try out some of the concepts I'll share. You never know what might work for you until you try. As my dad used to say, give it a shot. Next, refine what you learn. First, you absorb the information, then you try it out, refine it, evaluate the results, and finally, pass on the knowledge. The key is to transform your response into tangible results. While I appreciate applause, what truly matters to me is seeing these ideas make a real difference in someone's life, whether it's improving their income, financial future, or health. Seeing measurable, positive changes is what counts. Making a real, measurable difference in someone's future, especially in their health, is my goal. If I can provide you with tools that lead to tangible improvements over time, then I've succeeded. Results are key. I have another seminar called The 5 Major Pieces, also the title of a book. These pieces are: 1. Philosophy, we are influenced by what we know. 2. Attitude, we are influenced by how we feel. 3. Activity, our actions, disciplines, and work. 4. Results, learning to measure and assess our progress. 5. Lifestyle, the culmination of philosophy, attitude, activity, and results. Progress is crucial. We ask our kids, and everyone else, to make measurable progress within a reasonable time frame. Results are the end game. We don't study philosophy just for the sake of it or focus on attitude and discipline without purpose. These elements, when applied through our efforts, produce results. We measure results to see how effective our disciplines, attitudes, and philosophies are. If the outcomes aren't satisfactory, we need to examine these 3 areas. 1. Discipline, are our practices effective? Do we need new or improved habits? 2. Attitude, how are we feeling about our work and goals? Is there a need for a mindset shift? 3. Philosophy, what knowledge do we possess? Is there something new we need to learn? Sometimes people look at external factors like interest rates for explanations, but the real changes start from within. You might need to gain more knowledge, adjust your attitude, or adopt new disciplines. By doing this, you'll start to see measurable improvements. Remember, it's about making steady progress over time. Results are what count, and by refining our philosophy, attitude, and disciplines, we can achieve the outcomes we desire. We measure and count progress because productivity is the name of the game. The ultimate goal is to live a good life. It's not just about having the right philosophy or attitude, but about living well. Here are some guidelines to help you translate your efforts into real results. First, be thankful for what you already have. Gratitude sets the stage for growth. Second, always be eager to learn. No matter how much you know, there's always more to learn. I've accumulated a lot of knowledge over the years, but I remain eager to learn more. Accelerate your learning. We don't have centuries to spare, so we need to learn faster and more efficiently. Aim to learn in 1 year what used to take 5. Be eager to learn, no matter how much you already know. Even late in life, new ideas can lead to startling improvements. Some of the world's greatest fortunes were made by people in their 50s and 60s. They took their wealth of experience and applied it to new ideas, leading to explosive success. Maturity brings a great advantage. With years of experience, you can maximize the potential of new ideas. Be eager to grasp those ideas, as they can dramatically improve your health and life. This could open up entirely new possibilities for your future, dimensions you haven't even imagined. The next idea or two could be life-changing. So, always be eager to learn, no matter how successful or healthy you are. Wherever you are in life, stay open to new ideas. If you've been teaching for years like I have, be ready for that next big idea. It could revolutionize your teaching career, adding new dimensions because of your experience and maturity. The next effort you put into learning something new could multiply your ability to impact others. Here's another tip: save your arguments for later. I wish we had time to debate every point I'll cover, but we don't. Yet, it's important to debate and discuss major issues. Some ideas are straightforward and easy to agree on, but others need discussion. Debating with someone else is incredibly valuable. In Israel, for example, debate is a key learning method. In classrooms, you'll hear lively discussions. One person takes a position, another challenges it, and they go back and forth. This process sharpens their understanding and improves their knowledge. Engaging in these debates helps you see different perspectives. You might find out where your research was lacking or learn something new from someone else's viewpoint. This verbal exchange helps everyone involved grow and improve their ideas. So, be open to new ideas, be eager to learn, and don't shy away from healthy debate. This approach can transform your life and the lives of those around you. In Israel, an essential part of learning is debate. Debating major life issues, especially in areas like health, leads to incredible advancements. It's crucial to be a good student in these debates, open to learning while defending your point of view. Defend your perspective until you recognize the need to adjust because you've learned something new. We must debate health issues, as conflicting opinions often arise. One health book might promise longevity if you follow its advice, while another might claim the same advice leads to an early death. So, what should you do? Be a student, not a follower. Don't blindly follow anyone. Instead, be a learner. When faced with conflicting views, read both sides and form your own opinion. This approach allows you to draw from both perspectives and create a plan that suits you best. It's about making informed decisions based on a thorough understanding of different viewpoints. The best advice is to ensure your actions are the result of your own conclusions. Whether it's in your financial pursuits, health, family building, or spirituality, make sure your decisions come from processing various points of view. Combine what you've learned with what others are teaching. Remember, no single voice has all the answers, not even mine. Always seek to understand multiple perspectives, and let your conclusions guide your actions. This method will lead to more informed, balanced decisions in every aspect of your life. I can only offer my perspective, my point of view. But what if seeing things from where I stand provides valuable insight? Imagine I ask you if you've ever viewed something from my position, and you say no. So, you walk over to where I am, take a look, and suddenly, you see something you hadn't noticed before. My point of view isn't the point of view, but it's a point of view. This distinction is crucial. The first skill that transformed my life was sales. Learning how to present a product or service to the marketplace increased my income fivefold in the first year. This new skill, added to my existing ability to milk cows, revolutionized my life. I had never realized how acquiring this extra skill could so dramatically boost my earnings. So, be eager to learn. Argue later, but engage in debate. Ask yourself if a new skill or perspective is right for you. Do you have the temperament for it? Should you start learning now or wait? Turn these questions over in your mind until you decide. Next, become a good listener. In our busy lives, it's challenging to focus entirely on learning for 2 days, especially when our lives, families, friends, and businesses demand our attention. Despite these distractions, try to concentrate fully on the present moment. Give your best attention to this learning experience. Now, let's delve into our first topic for today: enlightened self-interest. Part of human nature is self-protection and self-survival. We instinctively focus on self-development so we can defend ourselves and explore our own potential. This self-interest is natural. But here's the big question: is self-interest okay? My best answer is yes, but only if it is enlightened. Without enlightenment, self-interest becomes selfishness, which ultimately is not in your best interest. It's a lesson we must learn early. When a child selfishly grabs something and refuses to share, it seems like they are protecting their own interests. However, true self-interest is not about hoarding, it's about recognizing that sharing and cooperation are more beneficial in the long run. We cannot deny our self-interest, but we can educate it. An enlightened self-interest serves everyone, benefiting all without causing harm. How is it possible to work in your own self-interest while ensuring no one else loses? It's an interesting concept. Consider this idea: someone once asked what it takes to be great. This is a good question for everyone to ponder. The answer, surprisingly, lies in the full development of our potential and the wise use of our resources. These two elements, developing our potential and wisely using our resources, encapsulate the essence of human life. The question of greatness, then, becomes about the development of our potential. Should we even seek greatness? The answer is yes. The path to greatness involves unlocking our full potential and wisely using our resources. These principles are so profound that they could fill several books. Ultimately, the pursuit of greatness and self-interest must be enlightened. By doing so, we can ensure that our growth benefits everyone around us. Let me break it down for you. The key to greatness lies in acting in your own self-interest without diminishing the interests of others. It's actually quite simple. Greatness can be defined in various ways: great wealth, power, influence, self-esteem, or self-respect. But how can we achieve this kind of greatness? The answer is straightforward: find a way to serve many people. This is the greatest key to enlightened self-interest. At first, this idea might not seem obvious. But that's what education is about, learning that what initially seems best might not be. For example, when teaching kids about financial independence, they might think it's best to spend their money right away. But with a bit of thought and a few lessons, they learn that isn't the best approach. Instead, we teach them the discipline of saving and investing their money. The principle is simple: do what you have to do as quickly as you can, so you can do what you want to do for as long as you can. Save and invest now to enjoy many years of self-satisfaction later. Education helps us understand that what seems best at first might not actually be in our best interest. Consider this: if you have a cavity, ignoring it might seem easiest. But cavities don't heal themselves, they only get worse. The dentist will tell you it's cheaper and less painful to take care of it now than later. So, in your own best interest, it's better to address the problem early. Discipline now leads to better outcomes later. The same principle applies to achieving greatness. Enlightened self-interest means understanding that by serving others, you ultimately serve yourself. It might not be immediately obvious, but it's a lesson worth learning. So, remember, to achieve true greatness and enlightened self-interest, find a way to serve many people. This approach ensures that everyone benefits, including you. To enjoy those later years with plenty, here's the secret: if you wish to achieve greatness in any form, be it wealth, recognition, or respect, find a way to serve others. You can sum it up simply: service to many leads to greatness. At first, it might not seem that serving others will create personal greatness, but with education, we realize it's true. Serving many people indeed leads to greatness. If you want to be a leader or have significant influence, it's essential to start with enlightened self-interest. This means thinking beyond immediate gains and focusing on broader, long-term benefits for everyone involved. The key here is to serve others. Now, if you want to rule over many, it starts with being faithful in small things. If you aspire to lead a large organization, you must first take excellent care of the few people or resources you currently have. Pay close attention to those small details and handle them with utmost care. By doing so, you prove that you're ready to manage more. Someone might say, if I had a big team, I'd manage it well, but with just a few people, I'm not that attentive. This attitude is a mistake. Mastering the management of a small team shows you're capable of handling a larger one. Similarly, if you want to manage a fortune, start by keeping track of your paycheck. If you can't manage a small amount, you're not ready to handle a larger sum. In essence, true greatness comes from being diligent and responsible with the small things. By mastering them, you prove you're ready for bigger responsibilities. This principle applies to money, time, people, and any other resources. It's about being disciplined, attentive, and dedicated, regardless of the size of what you're managing. This mindset prepares you for greater opportunities and success in the long run. Let's observe how someone manages their paycheck. Life and opportunities will then determine if they deserve to double, triple, or even multiply their income by 10. Why should income multiply if one isn't handling their current resources well? The key to greatness in your own self-interest is twofold: find a way to serve and be faithful with small amounts. Here's the exciting part: giving is actually in your own best interest. It might not seem like giving something away benefits you, but if you want to receive, you must give. This principle is simple yet profound: if you give, you will receive. Understanding this requires education and experience, often starting from childhood. Initially, it might seem that receiving is better than giving. However, education teaches us that giving is better because it initiates the receiving process. Acting in your own self-interest means starting this process by giving, which leads to receiving. Next, understand that life responds to what we deserve, not what we need. This is one of the most crucial lessons. Life is not designed to fulfill our needs automatically, but to reward our efforts and deserving actions. If you grasp this concept, everything else becomes simpler. Acting in your self-interest means doing things that make you deserving of rewards. By giving and being faithful in small matters, you align yourself with life's principles, leading to greater rewards and opportunities. Embrace enlightened self-interest, serve others, manage what you have well, and give generously to start the process of receiving. Life doesn't give us what we need, it gives us what we deserve. This isn't just about morals, but about basic principles. While moral and spiritual challenges exist, the fundamental law remains: it's not about needing, but about deserving. To reap, you must plant. The ones who deserve to reap are those who have sown the seeds. You can earn something unique and valuable by understanding and applying this law in your own self-interest. You must plant, give to the soil, care for it, and have patience. Then, you will deserve the harvest. If you need to find something, you must search. Finding is reserved for those who actively seek. If someone needs to find a good idea, they must look for it. Visit libraries, attend seminars, listen to songs, and go wherever education and good ideas are shared. Good ideas rarely interrupt you, they are like mining for gold. You need mental machinery to sift, search, and look. The promise is clear: if you search, you will find. In your self-interest, search for everything you need for health, a flourishing lifestyle, a good marriage, strong friendships, and economic success. Spend time searching, like you're doing now, learning from others' good ideas. All things are conditional on effort and understanding. By planting and searching, you align yourself with life's principles, making you deserving of the rewards and opportunities that come your way. Embrace enlightened self-interest, plant diligently, search actively, and you'll find and reap the benefits you seek. God says, "If you move toward me, I will move toward you." It's always conditional. This can also be interpreted as, "If you don't move, I don't move." You might think that's arbitrary, but when you're God, you set the rules. When it's your planet, you can change it. Here's something interesting: whatever you move toward tends to move toward you. If you move toward education, education starts to seek you out. It's one of life's unique positive mysteries. If you move toward progress, progress seems to want to embrace you. All life seems eager to reward its benefactor. If you become a benefactor, you'll receive incredible rewards. If you care for a garden, the flowers bloom brightly and beautifully because you took care of them. They reward you with their beauty. Your children, when you invest in them, want to show you their progress. When I taught my daughters to swim and dive, they would proudly say, "Daddy, watch. Look what I can do because of your time and effort." Life responds positively to those who give their time, effort, patience, and ideas. The crops grow, the children show their progress, and everything you've nurtured wishes to reward you. In your own self-interest, it's better to pay for something than to get it for free. When you invest, you value it more, and the returns are far more rewarding. Someone might say, "I wish I could get it for free," but that's not really true. Getting things for free doesn't help you grow. Remember this phrase, "I wish to pay a fair price for everything, for what it makes of me to be able to pay." The development you achieve by paying for something is more valuable than simply receiving it. Promises come after the price is paid. If we were given the promise without the price, it would undermine the entire process. It's essential to help kids change their vocabulary. A child might say, "I need $10, but that doesn't unlock the vault." Instead, they should ask, "How can I earn $10? There's plenty of money, but you need to use the right language to unlock it. It's all about using the right language to open doors and opportunities. When teaching kids about financial independence, emphasize the importance of an investment account rather than just a savings account. An investment account pays you interest. Encourage kids to ask, "How can I earn $5? Instead of saying, "I need $5. The key is in the development that comes from being able to pay. Earning and paying for something brings real value, more than simply receiving it. Let's break down the 4 parts of the day that can turn your life around. 1. Disgust. Though it's a negative emotion, disgust can have a powerful positive impact. It can push you to make significant changes when you become fed up with your current situation. Disgust says, "I've had enough." That can be a powerful, transformative day. I once met a remarkable, accomplished executive in New York. She was a vice president, earning a substantial income, despite never having attended college. Curious about her journey, I asked her how she achieved her success. She shared her story with me. As a young mother, she once asked her husband for $10, and he responded with, "What for?" That day, she vowed never to ask again. She started studying opportunities, took classes, and put herself through school. Now, she's a vice president making a lot of money, and she has never had to ask for money again. That's what I call a life-changing day, the day you decide enough is enough. If you can turn your disgust into action, it helps. Like the man who took a shotgun to his old car, blowing out every window and tire, saying, "I've driven this embarrassing thing for the last time." He kept the car, and later, when asked how he became successful, he showed it, saying, "One day, I'd had it up to here and blew it to smithereens." Next comes decision. Decision-making can change your life. If you go home and make a list of decisions in the next few days, it could inspire you for the next 5 to 10 years. The day you decide is a powerful day. The third one is desire. Wanting something badly enough. Desire often waits for a trigger, a song, a movie, a seminar, a book, a conversation with a friend, or an experience. Whatever it is, welcome all experiences because you never know which one will turn everything on. Don't build walls to keep out disappointment, because those walls also keep out happiness. Embrace experiences and let them teach you. Finally, there's resolve. Resolve says, "I will." 2 of the most powerful words in any language. The best definition of resolve I ever heard came from a little junior high girl in Foster City, California. She said, "I think resolve means promising yourself you will never give up." That's the best I've ever heard. I asked the kids, "How long should a baby try to learn to walk?" Any mother would say, "As long as it takes." Promise yourself you'll read the books until your skills change, attend seminars until you get a handle on things, listen until it makes sense, and practice until you develop the skill. Never give up until you succeed. When you adopt this mindset, you'll discover life's best treasures come from perseverance and dedication.